and talk about creating new estimated treatments. So for the purposes of this demonstration, we'll just go through estimated fuels treatments, but the steps will be the same for post-fire, albeit for post-fire treatments, you do have a couple different geometry types available to you beyond what fuels has. So up here in the upper left-hand corner, you can see this create dropdown, and under here you'll see options for creating new fuels treatments, activities, and projects, post-fire, and fuels. And then post-fire only has projects. So if you want to, you have two options to create a geometry. Let me update my layer visibility here so it's a little easier to see. You can either upload a geometry, so this would be a shapefile, or you can draw a new polygon. So if I wanted to upload something, you can just click upload and then select your zipped shapefile and open. And here's that shapefile. There's the geometry within that. So you can see that it's uploaded, and here's the outline of that geometry on the web map. So after uploading, just hit save. And now you'll see it gets added to the web map. And over here, you'll notice that there are some unsaved and required fields. So the yellow fields are the unsaved fields, and the required fields are underlined in red. You can do intermittent saves without filling out all the required fields. So in here, you can enter different data related to that treatment, whether it's category or type. You also have some proposal and justification. You can add funding information, approval dates, and initiation dates, and the like. And then down here, you'll also see a little bit of edit history. So you can see I just created that feature. So let's talk through the location tab. There is this derive button. So generally this is automatically derived, but if you edit something or you want to make sure, you can always click this derive button. You'll notice I'm on staging. The land fire vegetation departure layer is not available in this environment, but in production that should derive just fine. And you can also manually enter that number, and it'll automatically check is vegetation departure manual for you. All right, and then we'll go ahead and save that, and you'll see, great, there's no unsaved fields, and that is now present, and I can refresh the page. And you'll see there is that information I just entered. So one thing to note is if you have filters present, for example, if I had post-fire, if you have both, or if I have explicit filters set for something else, some of these activities may be hidden by the filters that you have when you create a new feature. So for example, if you had something like a funding organization or agency or region, which requires you to have already entered funding information on a feature, and you create a new feature, it's not going to have any of that. It might be hidden. So you always want to double check that your filters are reset if you're not seeing the feature you just drew or uploaded. Any questions about creation of new